Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakakadash, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakakadash, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakakadash.
Honors to the elders. Shalom.
Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakal Kadash, giving double honors to the apostle, elders, great millstone, peace, and blessed pursuit of brothers pushing his truth and sincerity, and a Bible ball. Alright, it's the brother in the Posh Kodash coming at you again with another lesson. Alright, this time we speaking on that, Jacob's trouble, because it's soon to come, right? It's not going to always be the comfort of our bed and AC and heat. We're not going to always have these comforts. We're not going to have the comfort to be able to just go to work and go home and, just freely walk where you want to. And to a certain degree, you can't do that now with this, we had the pandemic where the mask, you couldn't really be outside that much, right? So they're restricting things, right? Slowly but surely they're restricting. All right, but with that, we're going to jump right into Jeremiah 30, chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. This is, all right, so basically, it say this day is great. Do it mean it's a great, it means great as in it's a superior day, right? It's something abnormal happening on this day. Right? What's happening is all hell is gonna break loose. Seriously. You ever seen this movie, This Is the End? It's just gonna be something similar to that, but even worse. Right? And then it says it's Jacob's trouble. So who is that time meant for? It's meant for the Israelites, because our forefather, his name was Jacob, right? And his name was later changed to Israel. That's why we call it the Israelites. But he says Jacob because when you name the forefather, anything under it goes along with that as well. So that's why it's called Jacob's trouble, because it's Jacob's trouble. All the Jacobites, if you would want to call them that, it's their trouble. It say, but he shall be saved out of it. So the 1/3 and the elect, we not going, Lord willing, I'm a part of that number, but the elect, they gonna be saved out of that, right? This is Joel chapter 2 verse 11. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great. For he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? All right, so the Lord, all he gonna do is just a simple phrase, and his army's gonna be down here like this, doing what they gotta do. Right? It's gonna be straight like that. It said the Lord today is great and terrible. It's gonna be chariots just beaming people up, vaporizing people. It's gonna be already all hell broke loose. And then it said, who can abide it? So who gonna save you? Who's gonna save you if you're against the Lord? Who is gonna come to you and be like, we could do this? I know a place we could hide. No, it's not gonna happen. Right? It's not gonna happen. This is Joel chapter 2 verse 31. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord comes. So this is a sign of the times. How many blood moons have we had? How many solar eclipses have we had? How many strange anomalies have we had with the sun and the moon? Plenty in the past 2 to 3 years, especially that I've been in the truth. I've seen numerous occasions and signs. So that time is at our door. It was around the corner, but it didn't got to the point where it's at our door, like to the point where it's about to knock. We don't know when it's gonna knock, but it's about to knock. It's closer than around the corner at this point. This is Matthew 24:1. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world of this time, nor no, nor ever shall be. So this is gonna be the worst time on earth. It's not gonna be no, this is a one time thing because it's gonna be so terrible. It's not gonna be no, yeah, we went through that 3 times before. We had something worse in our past. Like, no, ain't nobody gonna be able to say that. It's gonna be worse than 70 AD. It's gonna be worse than those 400 years of slavery, right? It's gonna be worse than shit, everything. Literally, it's just gonna be worse than everything. It's the worst time on earth. You call it the climax, if you will, because it's reaching its peak. This is Isaiah 13:9. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. It's talking about Babylon, because this is a wicked ass land. The sins raised so high that they touch the heavens. That it personally bothers the Most High, because that's how high the sins go, right? And not to think of it, it's his people here, that's indulging with the wickedness, right? So when the Lord show his fierce and his wrath, don't be surprised if you get caught up in it. Don't be surprised if you get caught up in this the letter gang stuff. Don't be surprised if you get caught up with the false philosophies. Let's just say that. If you in these false philosophies, don't be surprised when you get caught up, right? Because you did it to yourself. You did it to yourself, bro. Think about it. This is Revelation chapter 19, verses 11 through 21. And I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called. No, you know what? I ain't going to read that because I'm in a rush. This is Isaiah 13:6. Actually, I'm going to bring that back. I'm going to do a whole different video on that Revelations 11 through 26. This is Isaiah 13:6. How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Right? The day of the Lord is at hand. It means it's here. Right? And it shall come as destruction from the Almighty. So it's not going to be no pretty day where people get beamed up and flowers blossom. And no, it's not going to be like that at all. Right? It's going to be more so like fire and, like I said, destruction, buildings collapsing, people dying at an alarming rate. That's what it's going to be like. Let me see what else we got in the tank. We got Luke chapter 21, verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. So you're gonna be able to look outside and just tell, like, oh yeah, it's happening, right? Because we get those signs in the suns and the moon. We have star showers, all type of things. Chariots, they look like stars as well. Keep that in mind. The nations are in distress. These signs are here. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 12 through 14. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat is in today's term the Middle East, right? For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. So when that Woe 3, which is woe meaning death and destruction, World War 3, because that's what the world wars were. They were death and destruction. See, that's where all the heathen gonna meet up at for that big battle, right? And then they say, for there will I sit to judge the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickles, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow. For their wickedness is great. That their wickedness is overload. It's just too much. When those heathen come together, the Lord gonna crack them clouds and he gonna go in. This is verse 14. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decisions, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decisions. So, hey, when you see all that going down, they all met up in a place and all of this and that, just know the Lord is going to come, right? He's going to crack them clouds and it's going to go down. I hope this was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakal Kadash, giving double honor to the apostle elders of Great Millstone, peace and blessings to the brothers pushing the truth and sincerity, and a Bible bull.